It's great to have you along. 5:39 is the time on your Monday evening. And we always like to talk about what's the next big impact ahead. And I think this could be Friday, our next chance of snow into the area. At this point, lighter accumulations will be possible. And I'll be honest, far too early to talk any specifics, but I do want you to have that early heads up that Friday evening will be the next snow chance. We're back in the 20s now. Now it's acting and feeling a little more like January. Wind to chill values, they're in the teens and a little brisk and breezy. So any of that light snow that is falling or that has fallen still may be blowing around a bit. So caution on the area roadways, especially untreated surfaces. They still will be a little slippery. There's the flurry action that's occurring across parts of the area. And over the past 24 to 36 hours, probably heard the headlines, that major winter storm that roared across the Central Plains all across the Ohio River Valley region, really just grazing us. And I'll tell you, we dodged a bullet on the heavier snow that was about 6 to 12 inches south of us across southern and central Ohio. Did get some snow reports of 1, 2, even up to about 3 to 3.5 inches of snow. Huron came away with about 3.5 inches, Fostoria 3, Findlay 2.5 inches, Fremont about 2 inches. And this did result in some school delays and yes, some school closures that occurred on this Monday morning, a little extension to the holiday break for many area school kids. Look toward Lakeside now. That's some ice that's beginning to form on Lake Erie. Still some slushiness out toward Marblehead and Put-in Bay to Sandusky, a little thicker ice cover. At this point, though, 1% of Lake Erie is ice covered. It is absolutely not safe to be out there doing any ice fishing yet. But the outlook, let's talk the next 10 days. We're going to stay below freezing the entire 10-day forecast. And I will tell you, it may be more favorable by mid-January to do something we haven't done in years. Ice fishing on Lake Erie is a possibility. But a reminder here, no ice is safe ice. That minimum recommended thickness, that is at least 4 inches or more for a person to actually be standing on that ice. So keep that in mind as you go into the upcoming season. We're going to stay at or below freezing the next 10 days, and it will stay cold straight through the middle of January. Now, I mentioned that system into Friday. Let's time it out. It is going to be a big winter storm. I suspect it's going to be too far south of us to bring us any significant snows, but late Friday into Friday night, there's some snow chances that do roll into the area to start the upcoming weekend. For tonight, a few flurries that will wrap up. It's going to be a cold night, down to 18 for the low, highs in the 20s tomorrow. And we're going to stay cold, as I mentioned, below freezing that entire 10-day forecast. Next chance of snow that visits the area will be Friday night into Saturday, keeping us locked into that January chill straight through next week.